During the period of 1861 to 1877, the rapid development of the American plains brought significant challenges in maintaining law and order, as the transformation of vast, unsettled territories into organized states was fraught with difficulties. As settlers poured into the plains, attracted by the promise of free land under the Homestead Act and the booming cattle industry, previously uninhabited regions began to evolve from scattered settlements into recognized territories. Over time, as these territories grew in population and established more formal governance structures, they applied for statehood, gradually becoming states within the Union. However, this process of transition was complex and often accompanied by significant problems in maintaining law and order. The surge in population and the rough, frontier nature of life on the plains created an environment where crime was often rampant. Several factors contributed to the rise of crime in these developing areas. The sudden influx of people, many of whom were young, single men drawn to the opportunities in mining, ranching, and railroads, led to a volatile mix of individuals seeking fortune and escape. The scarcity of established legal systems and the distance from centralized authority made it difficult to enforce the law, and as a result, lawlessness became a common feature of life on the plains. Crimes such as cattle rustling, horse theft, and robbery were widespread, as were more violent acts like murder and assault. The transient nature of many of the population, combined with the lure of quick profits, often exacerbated tensions, leading to disputes that frequently ended in violence. Policing these vast and sparsely populated areas was an enormous challenge. The sheer size of the territories, combined with the rugged terrain and lack of infrastructure, made it difficult for law enforcement to establish a strong presence. In many cases, the local law enforcement officers, often sheriffs or marshals, were outnumbered and under-resourced, struggling to maintain order in their jurisdictions. Additionally, the legal systems in these frontier regions were often rudimentary, with courts and jails either non-existent or in their infancy. This lack of formal judicial structures meant that justice was often swift and informal, with vigilante groups sometimes taking the law into their own hands, leading to lynchings and other forms of extrajudicial punishment. The presence of notorious outlaws and bandits further complicated the situation. Figures like Jesse James and Billy the Kid became legendary, their exploits capturing the public's imagination but also highlighting the difficulties of maintaining law and order in the West. These outlaws often exploited the vastness of the plains, using the terrain to evade capture and continue their criminal activities with relative impunity. Moreover, the economic disparities and competition for resources between settlers, ranchers, and various immigrant groups added another layer of tension, often leading to conflicts that local law enforcement was ill-equipped to handle. The establishment of territories and their eventual transition into statehood required the gradual imposition of legal and governmental structures capable of managing the challenges of frontier life. As territories matured, they developed more formalized law enforcement agencies and judicial systems, and with statehood came greater resources and authority to impose order. However, the legacy of these early years of development left a lasting impact on the plains, with stories of lawlessness and frontier justice becoming a permanent part of the mythos of the American West. The struggle to maintain law and order during this period underscored the complexities of taming a region that, for many years, remained wild and resistant to the structures of the modern state.